Pete, am I too loud, or is this a good
No,
thing?
you sound great, Jerry.
All right.
I love you, Jerry.
We all
I
love
love you
Jerry.
too, Tommy.
I'm just kidding.
This is magical.
Hey, you're my best friend. No, Pete's my best friend.
Twice. Say it twice.
Yeah.
Make it true.
Pete, you're my best friend.
Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, Indiana It's a podcast about Indiana Jones. Every movie, 1 minute at a time. Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones Minute.
Welcome back to the Indiana Jones Minute, the podcast in which we get to the heart of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom 1 minute at a time. I'm Tom Taylor.
I'm Pete Mummert.
I'm Gerald Christopher Marcus Porter.
Ooh, and I'm Christopher Dennis DeGuardia. No Marcus. Sorry. I have a Marcus.
He'll graduate to a Marcus.
I want to share our name, you know?
Now, look, you got to get confirmed. You got to get confirmed first. And you
Well,
pick a
that's
name.
I have a Dominic from that, but that didn't match yours, so, you know.
Yeah, no Dominics. Sorry.
Next time.
Well, anyway, you can still hang around for minute 32.
Thank you.
And minute 32 begins with Willie suggesting a bath for the elephant she's just dumped perfume all over. And it ends with our heroes around a campfire playing cards, drying clothes, and slapping elephants.
Well, I was wondering, I had a question for everybody here. What do you think the elephant actually says when he knocks Willie off his back? Because he trumpets something. Like
Yeah.
he knocks her off, and as she's falling, he goes, "Wah!"
Oh!
Jones?
And I was wondering, like, so he clearly says something.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
He's saying, I finally have a friend!
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Shorty's elephant. Never mind. I want a friend!
That's not expensive stuff.
I can tell the difference.
I've had better.
Right.
When is the elephant just doing what we all want? Right? I mean, is that kind of part of the vibe in the scene? Like, and you're sort of like, after you knock Willie off your back, elephant, maybe you can knock her out of the movie?
Yeah, you could trample her a little
Just
bit.
send her. Just finish it. Yeah.
I mean, they kind of set it up that way. You know what I mean? Like, the elephant's just doing what we've wanted to do for the last 30 minutes or 20
Yeah.
minutes.
I guess you don't put an annoying character on top of an elephant and not have them fall off at some point. That's kind of the only reason you put him on an elephant.
And have him trumpet something.
Yeah.
He trumpeted
Yeah.
something, too.
Yeah.
He didn't just grunt. He knows how to grunt. Like, "Grr." He didn't do
Yeah.
that. He trumpeted.
Spielberg telegraphs this right from this is happening, like right before, like well before it starts. But it's still
Yeah,
funny.
like last minute.
It's still, the water hits her, and then the camera like immediately cuts to this view below the elephant, and it takes a little while, and then a little while later you see the splash, and I think that pause is hilarious.
Well, she could be hurt.
Well, she turns fully around. I mean, she falls one way, lands the other. I mean, it's quite a fall, right?
That's true. Well, you got to take in mind she's drunk.
Yeah.
Right. They can't even fall right.
Well, they say though, if you're in a car crash, it's best if you're like, if you're drunk, you won't
totally
get injured as much
relaxed.
because your body's relaxed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You're like drunk on Chanel number 5. Whatever.
Black label. And I love she's giving this by the way, she gives a soliloquy about her life in Shanghai and stuff. And we were talking yesterday about like why did she get on the plane? As she's thinking about this, or as she's talking about this, I'm like, you know what? Like, what if she had just stolen the diamond? If she had stolen the diamond, then I'd totally buy her getting on the plane. And like that even Indy would be into her getting on the plane and stuff. Like it sounds like she had a really nice life in Shanghai, that she legitimately liked it. What?
Wow.
I say if Indy had known she'd had the diamond, I think she would have been thrown out of the plane like shortly there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. He has to get her on there first, and then she disappears over the mountain somewhere.
Right.
But
I love that. I love that. That's great. Maybe she stole the diamond. I'm totally down. That's a great question and a great point.
Or, the one I like even better, is what if she's like, what if you see, like, in the brief time that we have with her at the club, you see that she's sort of, like, conniving in some way behind Lau's back. And so she's got, like, some kind of spark of intelligence and, craftiness to her. She's sort of, like, doing something. Like, I don't know, like, skimming off the top or something. Or, two-timing him or something like that. Just something where she's gotten in over her head. Because she's just talking about this really nice life that she had in Shanghai. And I don't think she's sugarcoating it. I don't think it's like, rose-colored hindsight or anything. I think she's, really missing Shanghai. And I don't know why she got on the plane.
Well, that plays perfectly into this note I have, Tom.
Oh, good.
Is when she falls off the elephant, Indy and Short Round both look back, like their reaction shot. And there's this beautiful, like, J.J. Abrams lens flare. And the last time we saw a lens flare.
Let me have 1984, please.
Well, I have to say, the last time we saw a red lightsaber lens flare, it was Tote was menacing Sala on top of the Well of the Souls. And now we get this exact same red lens flare coming up from Willie, piercing Indy, like the one from Tote was menacing Sala. And I'm wondering, is this saying that is Willie like this secret criminal mastermind that we don't know? Like maybe she did steal a diamond.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it makes me miss Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
Can we talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Let's go back to that. Desperately trying to get back there.
Actually, I mean, I think one of the big things in this minute 32 is, do we feel bad for Willie here? Because, I mean, last minute, she was really sort of bootstrapping it, making the best of a smelly elephant situation by finding a solution, being present, and then the elephant punks her. Yeah. And then Shorty comes over and jeers at her. And
he's having the time of his life.
It's like I almost sympathize with her just because I hate really, 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 really trying at something and failing.
Yeah.
And that's what she has here. She's like, let me get it together. Let me, you know what? I'll do this. I'll do this. We got the mahout here. I'm in India. This is fine. And then it's like, the elephant totally, dismounts her, and it's kind of cruel. I guess, and then Short Round comes over and just, he just gives it to her. Yeah, he just derides her.
But it's horrible. It's like it's everybody's worst nightmare. Like she's lying in the water and there's an entire semicircle of people standing, pointing, and laughing at her.
Yeah.
So I think this is her breaking point. I mean, this is why she just flips out.
She does.
Gerry was saying she was adapting, but she was bending and bending and bending, and now she's broken.
Yeah.
I could barely understand a word she's saying down there, really. I mean.
Well, and what's funny is, so when you see somebody break, do you jeer them?
If you're a little kid, sure. Yeah.
If you're a little kid, I give Shorty a pass.
Yeah, you just saw somebody fall in the water off an elephant.
I hated you guys when I was in 4th grade. I know who you are.
He's filling a pie plate with whipped cream behind his back. As soon as she gets back up, he's going to go to town.
So let me ask you guys this, though. I mean, so Shorty comes and does this, but is that better or worse than Indy's expression where I don't know what he gives more attention to the mosquito than he does Willie. He's just kind of absorbs it all and says, whatever. Like, what is he thinking here? Like, I mean, he's looking at her like she's a bug, except he cares more about the bug. I don't even know.
I actually think, interestingly enough, Indy is showing this is as compassionate as he can be.
Oh, wow.
Because, he doesn't say anything to Willie. He lets her have her moment, and then he says, I think we'll camp here tonight.
Right.
Which, by the way, is an absolutely horrible idea, because Indy just swatted a mosquito, and now they're literally camping in a mosquito-infested swamp.
Yeah.
And again, keep in mind, this is
Right.
India in the 1930s. We're talking malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, encephalitis, elephantiasis.
Mm-hmm.
And they're, we're just going to camp here. You're like, oh, nah, man.
Clumsy
You're not just gonna camp
exposition.
here. Which, by the way, Pete, question
Yeah?
for you. I know you have a mild anxiety disorder.
Pete, I had no idea.
At second 30, does Indy contract malaria? Or yellow fever?
Yeah, that did make me anxious watching that.
Yeah, he like and CD, as you said, you know, he swats a mosquito. Where they very specifically show you he's hitting a mosquito, and you're like, huh?
And then he studies it too.
Yeah, and he flicks it away, and you're
Yeah.
like, you know, I mean, is there? Do they have quinine, or I mean, and it makes me wonder
It might
maybe
not be a
later in the
mosquito.
movie, if he falls under a spell. Could it actually be like yellow fever or malaria or dengue fever? You know, we have to think about the incubation period between now and when he may possibly be drinking some sort of Kali blood.
Right.
There's my theory
You make
for
a
you,
point.
Pete. Yeah, maybe he contracted some mosquito-borne infection.
So maybe like the Kali blood has quinine in it, and so he's actually the symptoms show up before it's actually cured, and so when he's drinking the blood, it's actually curing the malaria, but it doesn't show up as being cured until a few minutes later.
And Shorty burns him for no good reason.
For no reason at all.
I think he had a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
Where's my elephant, you bastard?
Yeah, that's my friend.
Here's my He's like, you were never gonna bring me over to America.
Yeah.
Maybe he says, Indy, I loved you.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe he's
does.
furious at him when that happens. It's like, Indy, I loved you, and you're not going to bring me over to America, you bastard, and then burns him. Actually, Tom, question
Yeah.
for you.
Except
Willie says, quote, my friends were rich, and we went to parties all the time in limousines.
Mhm.
And I thought, okay, well, this is for anybody. This is for everybody.
No.
Is life better when you have rich friends?
Yeah, it is better. No, well, okay, no. It's
Well, because I mentioned you specifically, Tom, because growing up in Darien, Connecticut, next to Richie Rich, McRicher, Dollar
Yeah.
Pants, Daddy Warbucks Village.
right.
Yeah, so that's
No,
and-
yeah,
but,
it meant having rich friends means there's always a large television on which you can watch The Simpsons or Star Trek, and you can just show up, and it's cool. That's what having rich friends is. And there's usually like a lot of pie in the fridge that you can just dive into.
It's the most nerdish gold digger of all time.
I'm following my heart.
no, I didn't want some Sesame Street ass answer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like, well, of course not.
No, the best people I know are rich.
but I just don't know. I mean, you're she's jet setting, and now she's in an elephant puddle. I mean,
Yeah.
how long ago was she at these fancy parties? Was it last night?
It seems like it. Well,
you
maybe
know?
2 nights.
She says she had a little house with a garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friends were rich. We went to parties all the time in limousines. And then she says, I hate the outdoors. There's a
Yeah.
little bit of stream of conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also don't see her gardening.
Yeah.
I don't see Willie getting her hands dirty in a garden. I don't see her like on her knees gardening.
Yeah, I was trying to picture that too.
She probably has like the guy next door comes over and tends to her.
Do you think it's like a Japanese Zen garden?
Oh,
That's why she's acting
Maybe.
so crazy during the movie. Like she's gotten away from her little
She's
zen.
nothing there. Yeah.
She doesn't have a rake.
Yeah, there's like a gorgeous Chinese garden at the Huntington in California, out in Pasadena. It's amazing. Maybe she has one of those like Zen kind of gardens that she tends to.
Yeah, she's just out there with her rake every day, like making the patterns.
I kind of don't see that either.
But wait,
With Willie.
Pete,
I don't know.
is life better with rich friends, Pete?
I'm gonna say no,
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
but I love you two guys anyway.
Aw.
Thanks.
I mean, you three guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I knew you were talking to me and someone else, so I
I'll
don't
tell
want
you
to let
what.
someone else out, Was her entire life with Lao Che? Is it over? Is her life in Shanghai over with Lao Che being in the past?
it seems like it. Yeah, he seems like he's like
Yeah.
the head dude there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she'd have to lay pretty low, I would think, and that would
Yeah.
work out.
We're talking about, and I think what we sort of put together is, does she want to go back to Missouri, her hometown?
I don't know if she wants to go back home. I just thought she wanted to get out of Shanghai.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Yeah, although I still don't know why.
Yeah,
I'll never know why.
Yeah, I don't know why.
know
Nobody.
why.
Yeah.
Well, we said, she needed to run because there was a maniac with a Tommy gun shooting at a gong.
Well, and someone
Fine.
pushed her out a window. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
I got no problem with that.
sure.
But then she gets in the car with Shorty, and you're like, sure. But, they get to the airport.
That's the only chance she had to get out to escape, though. And
Yeah.
things were going so fast, and someone grabbed her arm. They're like, "Come on!" She probably would just jump on the plane, and like you wouldn't have time to stop and think, "Wait, what am I doing here?"
Well, she
Sure.
could have stopped and like signed an autograph for Weber, and then the plane
That's
takes
true.
off. She's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
all right,
true.
hello.
Maybe she thinks Lau's going to kill her if she goes back there.
Well, he
Yeah.
did. I love that we're still talking about this. It's like 20 minutes ago.
Well, you know
like
what we're
she-
talking about? Why is the love interest in the film?
Yeah.
did you have a brilliant thing you said? I just heard nothing, and then yeah.
Yeah.
That's because
I'll
like your
just
most
blindly agree
profound
with it.
statement. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I was saying, we're talking about the love interest here. Why she's in the movie.
Right. Yeah,
that's a-
that's
that
a
part,
red flag.
Yeah.
Now, was this this little speech she gives now? Is this like a continuation? Didn't she say something similar in the raft? She hates something. She hates something.
She hates
you.
Yeah, she hates water. She hates being wet, and she hates you.
You. And her voice goes down 3 octaves. Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Look at death metal.
actually makes, if you notice, Shorty's little jeer is a real extra knife turn because he says, ha ha ha, all wet.
You told us before that you don't like
remember
that.
You just said you hate being wet, and he literally goes, ha ha ha, all wet. You know what I want to say?
You're not in Shanghai anymore. Ha ha.
Yeah. It's like,
You don't
ha
have a
ha ha,
garden.
you grew up poor.
So this answers our question. So Indy is his parent. Like, he learned this from Dad.
Yeah.
Right.
He learned it from Dad. Well, there you go.
Yeah, come to think of it, he did actually call her doll once already, didn't he? Shorty did.
Yeah, he did on the plane.
he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Call him Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
It's got such a
I
young
told you,
impressionable
he's a
mind.
role model. Yeah. His story's gonna go around.
This is difficult to watch.
Yeah. Corrupted youth, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like I said. They go out of their way to show Willie actually trying, and then they just kick her when she's down, and you're like, and isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Right. Although,
Yeah.
is she trying that hard? She's pouring perfume on an elephant. I don't know.
She's, you know what? You gotta meet everybody where they are.
I guess so. That's very, very
You know,
generous of you.
I mean,
That's
that
very
was-
giving of you.
That was her improvised solution without having to stop the trek and call upon Short Round and Indy to take care of the smelly beast.
Right. Fair
I
enough.
feel like you've been drinking the blood of Kali, Jerry.
Yeah.
I love
Surprised
this.
it-
This is awesome.
I'm a Willie
Jerry
apologist
likes
here.
Willie.
Stop it! I don't.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. You see a side of her that she's just trying. That's all. She's just trying. It's. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's redeeming. At least for a minute.
So, Gerry, do you like Willie more right now than you have earlier in the movie? Is she growing on you? Is she sustaining? What's going on with her right now for you?
Oh, Jesus. That's like asking me if life is better with rich friends.
Is it?
I actually really, really like Willie in minutes 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's
Yeah,
great.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I love her in minutes 1 through 3. I don't really like Willie. No, I'm naked. I'm exposed. I'll tell you the truth. I don't really like Willie, but watching it 1 minute at a time, I do find these glimpses of something redeemable in her character, and this, minute 31 and part of 32 is a little, a little glimpse of light there.
Hold that thought as we get into 33.
I'm just trying to,
Hold that
I'm
tight.
trying to meet her where she is,
Well, so talking about where she is, did anybody else hear the Dianoga?
No.
Oh, wow, no.
Did not.
the Indy's elephant, like here and then later, like at the end of this minute at the camp scene, the elephant makes the exact same sound as, if you're not a Star Wars Minute listener, the Dianoga is the monster in the trash compactor on the Death Star.
Oh, wow.
And so
That's hysterical.
I'm saying this makes sense because the last time, like when Han heard the sound of the Dianoga, there's a woman that he kind of likes in the water, and she's kind of looking down on him. And so now in his dream, he hears the Dianoga, and there's a woman in the water he kind of likes, and he's just like, eh. He just like,
I tried that.
yeah. I mean, he's thinking, absolutely, Your Worship.
He does have a strange, like, as you mentioned, CD, he approaches with the elephant while Willie's having her little, or fistikerfluffle, whatever it is, or tirade. And he seems, it's almost menacing, but it's kind of parental in that way, too. And he doesn't come at her, he just kind of looks down and is accepting, and he doesn't even address it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, I love that shot of him up on the elephant with the lens flare and everything, and he's just kind of like approaching and just observing and kind of like, this is my life, I guess.
Are
I got
you
Willie
done?
Scott
Yeah.
in my life.
Maybe he's trying to meet her where she is a little bit, just like he's not like, get back on that elephant. We got another 5 hours to go. He's like, we'll camp here.
Right.
Well, I think that's the nicest he could have been to her. Like, it's just by kind of ignoring her.
Yeah.
He's hoping she'll get malaria and go away. If they can't
Forever.
Well, if you notice, when she falls into the water, like her hair doesn't get wet.
No.
And then at the end of the minute, her hair is soaking wet. So I'm wondering, is she fallen off that elephant like 12 times? Has this just been going on all day? And every single time, short round is standing there like, very funny, all wet.
But you have to think about it though. If they camp, she falls off, and then they're like, "We're gonna camp here." Did she fall off the elephant for the next 10 feet?
Yeah.
Like 10 times the next 10 feet?
Or the elephant just kept blasting her.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think to switch elephants at one point? I mean, it seems like they have a few of them,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they got a giant one, and the medium one, and the tiny one.
Oh, that's for the
So that was the
whole-
only
yeah.
one that fit her, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He clearly has it in for her. I mean,
We get to the very beginning of the campfire scene, and Willie's soaking wet, and she's drying out her stuff, and Indy and Shorty are playing cards, and we don't get very much of the scene, but I like the scene a lot. I'll just say that as we go into it.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I got to step that back. I like half of the scene a lot. I like one aspect of the scene a lot.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, whoa.
Sorry about
Whoa.
that. I scared the hell out of you.
Too many rich kids for you.
well, my personal mandate only covers minute 32.
Oh, that's true.
I'm
I didn't mean
wondering,
to tease you.
in my scope here, where are all the guides? Where are all the guys who are walking with them?
Oh, it's a great question.
Like, Gerry said it's a bad place to camp. Maybe they agree with Gerry? Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
somewhere nicer.
All right, dummies, we'll be down here. We're not going
See
to get
you later.
malaria.
Enjoy Mosquito World.
They have like a view where I think there's at least one other guide.
Is there? Okay.
Or the Mahout. I think there's one. There might be
Really?
two.
the
Yeah,
camp?
they have a pullback scene in or it's certainly in minute 31, right before the bats. They have like one of the guides looks up into the sky and
No,
and
you
he's
see him
like-
there, but you don't see him at
Yeah.
the campsite. Yeah,
Yeah, you don't. Well, I guess I haven't gotten there. You don't see him at all, huh?
I don't
No.
think so.
I mean, I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
well,
it.
he probably knows better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people can't even recognize false vampire bats.
She thinks that's real Chanel number 5? Dummy.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to be up on the high ground where the mosquitoes are not found.
Forget these
Yeah.
rubes.
Yeah.
Is that an off-camera Star Wars reference?
The high ground.
Yeah.
Don't try it, Indy. Man. But yeah, that's what, because everything I've learned on these these TV shows where they survive outside is that they should be near the fire, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so these experienced guides are nowhere to be seen. I was just curious, but like Gerry said, maybe they're probably off camera somewhere, being not eaten by mosquitoes.
Sure.
Laughing their heads off.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I have very little outdoor experience, but I would wonder if like fire would attract like monkeys or snakes or Komodo
yeah.
dragons or like
Or
this
bugs.
fire. Yeah,
Oh,
That's a good point.
that is a good point.
I don't trust Indy. He's going to get us all killed.
Yeah, he's going to get us all killed. I agree.
Well, it sounds like I'm losing a bet with myself again because I had in my notes, Jer's going to talk about Willie being naked, and he hasn't said anything. So I owe myself $2.
Oh, my God. I was going to talk about Willie being Nate. Wait a minute. Let's still hang on. I'm with you. Go on.
No,
It's not too late.
I saw
mean,
that she...
it's still
I saw
the
that
minute.
Actually, that's a good question. What is she wearing? She's got something wrapped around herself, like a almost toga-like or something, or like a towel or something. But what is that? Is that some other piece of clothing that we haven't seen or
I
something?
know.
it's like a gray blanket or something. But where does? Because nobody else, unless maybe they like Indy's gotten so colonial right here. Like maybe he just told one of the mahouts, like, "Hey, give me that thing you're wearing."
Give her
Yeah.
something.
Make with
Yeah.
the blanket. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's probably what's a shorties. I was like, ha, 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 very naked.
You got no clothes.
You got, yeah. Epidermis. Just
You
showing.
said before you hated being naked.
You said before you hated
Here
being
you are
naked.
again.
It's impressive. Neither one of them is paying any attention at all to her. Like they're both pretty.
Well, I
engrossed in their
think that's
cardboard.
on purpose. I think that's on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, they finally got like a card game going. They got something where they can. It's just the two of them, and they can maybe drown her out for a minute or two.
By the way, I absolutely love that the elephant keeps knocking her head with the trunk.
Maybe it's in love with her.
Quit it.
Yeah.
I actually love. I love that. I kind of love their dynamic in the campfire because she's quit it.
Yeah.
Quit it. It's exactly like me and Professor Christy Porter in the back seat of the car. Probably when
your
this
finger out
movie
of my
came
ear.
out. Yeah, quit it.
I'll quit it. I'll quit it.
I'll quit it.
Which, by the way, reminds me, this just in from Professor Christy Porter. She said she just pulled up minute 32 in Raiders,
Oh.
and that was the bar fight. Yeah, and
Oh.
she was asking if we can do that again.
Does she do this every
Special
minute?
editions. Yeah. Well, she has a lot of them. I love these.
Yeah, she has shown up
She's
every
like
once
our,
in a while.
Yeah, our correspondent.
Keep saying what was happening better in Raiders. At this point. Yeah,
No,
remember
this is the first for
Well-
that actually.
Oh, okay.
So is this her elephant or is this Short Round's elephant?
Oh, I always assumed it's hers
Yeah.
I did too, but he
because she
seems kind of
seems to have like
small.
a special annoyance with it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's one of those like parental things. The same thing, like the big elephant. Indy says doll, Short Round says doll, and a big elephant sees that he knocks Willie off, and then a little elephant is like, well, see, this is how bullying works.
Yeah, gotta
That's
bug
the
the
problem.
leaf.
Then the little elephant's like, it's fine to go over and smack her on the ears with my trunk. Clearly, elephant see, elephant do.
Right?
It's a sad commentary on interpersonal relationships. Well, now that we're sad, do we have anything else for 32?
I was just wondering why Indy goes in against Short Round with a pair of sixes. He knows he's a cheat, but he comes in kind of weak with a pair of sixes. I mean, he knows Short Round's wearing aces up every sleeve. That was my question.
He's trying to lull him into a false sense of security or something.
I guess so, man.
Rope-a-dope him.
Yeah. Gonna slow roll him on something. Oh, I meant I have 4 sixes. Yeah.
Oh.
That was my question.
Oh, we're sorry you don't get to join us for the end of the poker game, but you should just watch the movie.
Yeah, I think I
Go
might.
ahead and watch the movie. You don't need our permission.
It's a great idea. Thanks.
All right.
I was waiting for it, but thank you.
And tell us again where people can find you and seek you out.
Well, they can seek me out. I'm working on a little project called the Internet Movies by Minute Database, where I try to catalog everyone and see where everyone's linked up and everything, and it's kind of dizzying. But I figure someone might as well do it, right?
Absolutely.
And we're going to have a little thing coming up in December of 2017, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Days, with
That's awesome.
someone very
Nice.
close to us at the moment, yes.
Is it me? Oh, no, it's me. Okay.
You have to find. You have to wait and find out.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Oh,
Wait till
That's your
December,
advent
right?
calendar. You open the first
Yeah.
door and you find out.
Yeah, open the door. It's me. In there. Wait a second, Tom. But yeah, so that's looking forward to that, and just on your the Listeners Crusade, I like it there. I check it out every day. Yeah, I think it's a great place. I think
You're
everyone
a
should
great
come.
contributor there.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
We look forward to your wise words.
Oh, okay.
And wise cracks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And hey, Jer, if other people want to share their wise cracks with us, how can they do that?
Oh my God! The first thing you should do is when you wake up in the morning. I'd say first thing in the morning, 724 Lost Ark. Call it. If it hangs up on you, that's fine. Call it again. 724 Lost Ark. That is the Indiana Jones Minute hotline, where you can let us know. Do you feel bad bad for Willie right here? Are you sympathetic? Is he being compassionate? What's life like with rich friends? Is it better? Let us know. 724 Lost Ark.
Calling it a hotline makes it sound like if you've seen an Indiana Jones, let us know.
I love it. I love the hotline. It's my favorite thing.
That's just in on the hotline. There's an Indiana Jones.
And if you act now.
Well, Chris, thanks for joining us for the past
Yeah.
couple episodes. It's been awesome. You're welcome back
Happy to be here.
anytime.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And all of you out there in Radioland, you're all welcome back here tomorrow for minute 33 of Temple of Doom here on the Indiana Jones Minute. I can lose my
Good.
Wow.
voice.